Hello, everybody. My name's Ricardo Ramirez. I work in a pre-K. We work with ages 3 to 5 years old, and these are some of the activities that we do to help them with phonological awareness. The first one is I ask them what animal makes this noise. Okay, so what I do at first is I show them. I don't know if you can see this, but I show them the the word kind of spelled out and separated, and I'll say a w k a u k a u, and I'll break down the word cow into three phonemes. Can never say that word right. And I'll say that a few times, and they have to think about what is the word that I'm trying to say. If they don't get it after a few times, then I'll say ow, k ow, and I'll segment it a little bit better, um, bring it together a little bit more so they can try to figure it out again. Ow. If they still haven't gotten it by that time, then I'll say moo, moo, and then they'll be like, oh, cow, cow. And so then this way they get to see the word and they get to see me sound it out by each letter and um, the groupings over here. So we'll go through and I'll say like duck, duck, duck. If they don't get it, then I'll say duck. And we'll go through that a few times until um, then I'll say quack, 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 and they'll get duck. And so we'll go through that a few rounds, and then I'll have them think of an animal that they want to hear, that they want to do the noises for. So once they have an animal, I'll say, okay, what is the animal? And then they'll tell me, and I'll say, oh, okay. So then we'll say it like this, at, at, cat, and we'll work with them like that. Um, Another one that we like to do is where we'll have blocks. In this case, I actually have my son's toy cars because I didn't have any blocks. But what we'll do is we'll have blocks, and I'll have them, I'll say a sentence, and for every word in the sentence, I'll move a car up, and then we'll count how many cars we moved up, and that'll be how many words in the sentence. So I will say, like, and I'll show them too. I'll show them the sentence, and the first sentence is the red car, the red car. So then we'll say the red car. And they can see that I've moved up three cars, and we'll count one, two, three, and I'll say there we have three cars equals three words in that sentence. Then we'll go again, you know, put them back, and we'll say the blue shoe, right? And then we'll have them count them again, and then we'll say, the three words, and we'll do that for a few rounds, and then I'll ask them to give me a sentence, or I'll use them as an example for the sentence. So then I'll say, Maria likes cats. And I'll say, Maria, how many blocks or cars did we move forward? And she'll say three. Say, okay, so how many words does that make in that sentence? It says, three, because every car equals one word. And so then we'll go through to where they'll ask, I'll have them say something like, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite animal? And then I'll make sentences and we'll move them like that. And so they each get to go around and participate in the activity. The final activity that I have is, so what we do is we get a box, and behind the box I have different objects that make noises. And what I'll do is at first I will show them the objects, and and the noises that they make. So I'll say maraca, maraca, and I'll let them all pass it around. This is a maraca, maraca, or bells, bells. These are the bells. So I'll pass the bells around. Keys, keys, keys jingle, triangle as well. So I'll play all of these for them, and they'll get to pass it around and each get to do it. And then I'll hide them behind the box. And I will show them like the two objects. And I'll say, which one of these is making this sound? And so I'll jingle it, and they have to guess between the keys and the bells. Or they have to guess between the blocks and, let's say, the scissors. And so I like to get things that kind of sound the same, but they're different enough to where the kids can tell what's what. And so we'll go through this a few times. So they have to guess like what object is making that sound. And then when they tell me, we'll even go like maracas, maracas, bells, to let them know the how many syllables each word has. Scissors, uh, triangle. Uh, so those are the three activities that we like to do in our small groups. So these are real quick activities because when we do our small groups, um, we do three groups in a 30-minute time frame. So I only have 10 minutes with each group of our kids that comes through the section. So these are some pretty quick activities that we do with them to help them, support their phonological awareness.